And we are back here at Bristol Motor Speedway getting qualifying underway. See Kyle Streeter, excuse me, up in the 5th position. Caden Fisher just went top of the board. Jason Grout just qualified in 2nd. We have Eric Steele out there, just made his way up into the 9th position. We'll see what he's able to do here on his 2nd lap. So he comes across the stripe here and up into the top position, up to 1st in the 32 machine. Stephen Rockford up against the wall. That's going to not help his qualifying attempt at all. So have a couple drivers left to get out on track as Stephen Rockford looks like he's going to make another attempt at it. Here comes the 33 of Brandon Mayer out on track. As you see these street stocks make their way around this half-mile track, and we saw some of these drivers dragging on the ground just a little bit, having the clearance of these cars very, very low. So we'll see how that affects the handling of some of these drivers as Brandon Mayer goes up into the 14th position. And Mayer's going to jump up and stay in that 14th position as Logan Powers just went 4th fastest on his first lap. And across the stripe, and Powers is going to stay up in that 4th position as we still have 4 cars left to qualify. Raymond Castle, Stephen Rockford, Matthew Madolski, and Bradley Bushy still left to qualify. Again, we want to thank everybody who's watching here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you all tuning in here tonight. Of course, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. As we have... screen decided to want to go a little crazy there. As we have our first heat getting ready to get underway. And we'll take a look at the starting grid for our first heat race. Eric Steele will be on pole with Caden Fisher out in 2nd. Jason Peakley and Jake Grout will be in row number 2. Mark Baldwin and Kyle Streeter in row 3. Ethan Tyrell and Ty Delphia in row 4. 9th and 10th will be Ryman Castle and Bradley Bushy. As the field is back behind the pace truck and getting ready to get this race underway. Again, our heat races will settle our starting lineup. Of course, last week's winner will find himself going to the rear here tonight. Pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and already we see Caden Fisher up on that high side trying to get the advantage. He's got Jason Peakley taking a look down to the inside, and the 49 of Jake Grout trying to give a push as they come down into turn number 3. Now Eric Steele has the advantage down on that low side. Oh, one around in the backstretch. That's Tyler, or off of turn 4. That's Mark Baldwin getting sideways as he's able to gather it and get back underway as they are sliding all over the place behind. Peakley was just up in the wall almost, as we see the 37 get sideways. Oh, and he's completely sideways now in front and into the outside wall, back into the inside wall. Of course, no cautions here in the heat races as Caden Fisher has made his way around the outside of Eric Steele to take over the lead. Just 3 laps to go here to set the starting lineup, with Eric Steele in the tire marks of Caden Fisher, trying to run him down. Fisher running that high line, Steele running that middle line, trying to get a little bit of an advantage as we have 2 laps to go. Steele trying to get right there to the back bumper, trying to give a little nudge there, try to get a little bump and run to get around, as the white flag is now in the air. 1 lap to go. Down the backstretch for the final time and into turns 3 and 4. Steele's going to try to make the run. He's down to the inside as they come across the line. Fisher is going to get the win. Eric Steele comes in second. Jason Peakley in third. Jake Grout in fourth, and Ty Delphia round out your top 5. And I apologize for my little screen going a little wonky there, but we're going to get that fixed in just a moment for you, as we get ready to take a look at our second race. And Justin Prescott will take the pole in this one, followed by Logan Powers, Shane O'Neill, Mike Young. Sean Fleury rolls off from 5th. Joel Hogden back in 6th. Brandon Meyer in 7th. Stephen Rockford in 8th. And Matthew Modelski back in position number 9. Again, just another 6-lap heat race, getting ready to set the field for tonight's big event, 75 laps. As the field takes the 1 to go signal here as we get ready to get racing underway. As the field makes their way down into turn number 3. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are racing for 6 laps here in this heat race. And again, we see that top lane get the advantage on the start as Logan Powers was able to get out in front of Justin Prescott for just a moment. But Prescott's going to use that low lane to get his advantage back as they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Shane O'Neill down on that low side, trying to get underneath Powers. And we see that Exxon machine back there. That is, I believe, Sean Fleury, who is just... Nope, I take that back. 44, that is Justin Prescott, who was just in the lead, falling all the way to the back, and now he's caught up in an incident with Stephen Rockford, Joel Hogden, and Matthew Modelski. So that's going to give Powers the lead, with Shane O'Neill now right behind in tow. So now Powers with a 3-car length advantage over the 25 of Shane O'Neill. Mike Young sits back in the 3rd position. He's trying to run down O'Neill as well, as they come off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go here in this second heat race. O'Neill's found something here. He's right there now on the back bumper. of Powers as they make their way off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Does O'Neill have anything for Powers here as they come down into turns 1 and 2 for the final time? Now O'Neill down underneath Powers, but can he hold that position through turns 3 and 4? Side by side off of turn number 4 down to the stripe, but Powers is going to get the win here in our second heat race. Shane O'Neill second, John Fleury third, Brandon Meyer fourth, Mike Young fifth, Justin Prescott, Joel Hogden, Stephen Rockford, and Matthew Medelski round out the field here in our second heat race. As heat races are done, we are going to take a look at the starting grid for our race here tonight. First, it looks like we're going to have a little warm-up here as the drivers get back out on track and get underway. A little bit of practice here, get everybody's back underway. So while we do that, let's take a quick mention of some of our great partners here tonight. Of course, H2O Well Drilling is our series sponsor, and you can find all their information. Or you can, if you're in the Vermont area and need well drilling, you can go ahead and call them. Their number is down below in the description. Also, we want to thank our secondary partner, which is Till Dark Roofing. Their phone number is also down in the description. It's 820-839-7171. Of course, we want to thank our great partners here at Intensity Broadcasting, starting with Race EPI for all your racing setups and coaching need. Visit raceepi.com. Of course, intensitybroadcasting.com, our web store with all of your favorite hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, novelty t-shirts. We even got our own underwear line there now, too, so you can check that out at intensitybroadcasting.com. And, of course, our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Of course, Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel ultra-low frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded system that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. So again, a little practice here underway for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Shane O'Neill currently the fastest here in this warm-up session. See Sean Fleury and the 32 of Eric Steele here side by side, getting some side-by-side practice underway. Of course, just a few more races here in the season. Next week, we move on to one of my favorite tracks, Myrtle Beach Speedway, then New Smyrna, Iowa Speedway, Southern National, and we finish the season out on February 5th at Nashville Fairgrounds. So a lot of short track racing here with these boys as we, again, I apologize for the screen keeps popping up on my screen here. And got some new equipment for Christmas and still working a couple little bugs out here. So, of course, if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, don't forget to drop a like, hit that follow button, subscribe, and we got the chat open too. No matter what platform you're on, we can see the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for tonight, who you think's going to win. We do appreciate the viewer feedback as well. So just 30 seconds left here in this warm-up session. Before we get racing underway here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We saw just how loose these cars are here in our heat races. So these drivers are definitely letting these cars hang out here as we see the 37 of Kyle Streeter around off of turn number 4 there. So here we go. Here is your starting lineup for tonight's race with Caden Fisher on pole, Logan Powers rolling off from the 2nd position. Eric Steele will roll off 3rd with Shane O'Neill to his outside in the 4th position. Then Jason Pelkey and Sean Fleury back in row number 3. Row 4 will find Jake Grout and Brandon Mayer, with Ty Delphia and Mike Young back in row number 5. Rolling off from 11th will be Bradley Bushy and Justin Prescott in position number 12. 13th will be Mark Balden with 14th Joel Hogden. 15th will be Kyle Strader and Stephen Rockford to his outside in 16th. Ethan Tyrell back in 17th. Matthew Moldazowski in 18th. And Ryman Castle rounding out the field here tonight. As we get ready to do battle for 75 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So buckle in. It's about to get exciting. Field just received the 1 lap to go. So the pace truck will be ducking down onto pit road this time by. Here we go. Pace truck pulls down onto pit road. The green is in the air. We are racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Eric Steele already getting that advantage down on the low side. Logan Powers up on the high side. He's got the 64 of Jason Pelkey right there underneath, trying to make a move as they make their way down into turn number 3. Shane O'Neill right behind as well in a side-by-side battle between Sean Fleury and Jake Grout right behind O'Neill. Ty Delphia in that 13 machine, he's right there as well, as now Logan Powers has Jason Pelkey up to the outside trying to take that 2nd position away. Shane O'Neill right there in the mix here as well. So Powers trying to use that low lane to his advantage, but right now it looks like he's bogging him down just a little bit, as here comes O'Neill looking up to the high side, trying to take the 3rd position away, and right behind we see the 31 of Sean Fleury trying to follow O'Neill right on through, and he will, as we see Ty Delphia now on the low side getting passed by the 52 of Bradley Bushy. Here comes Fleury now taking a look down to the inside of O'Neill. Down the backstretch they come, and O'Neill is able to hold on to that 3rd spot as Eric Steele and Pelkey now have a battle going on side by side for the lead. Pelkey down on the low side, Steele up on the high side as Pelkey's going to take that position away. But Steele's going to fight back hard on the high side. as the field is too wide behind him. Well, about 10 car lengths behind as these two do battle, as Pelkey now takes over that top spot all by himself. Here comes Fleury now down to the inside of O'Neill again. Bradley Bushy right there in the mix, and Logan Powers just hanging tight there, holding off Tydelphia for the meantime. .31 of Fleury runs O'Neill up the track just a little bit, and Bushy up the track just a little bit, trying to hold on to that top spot as Bushy thought about making it 3 wide there for a second. Logan Powers right there behind, watching this unfold, being patient, seeing who's going to make the mistake and make sure nothing incident happens in front of him as the battle for the lead is heating back up. As Eric Steele's trying to get back around Pelkey. They fall back in line as Fleury now to the inside of O'Neill. He's ahead by just a nose as they come across the line that time to start lap number 12. And now Powers is making a look down to the inside of Bradley Bushy. A little contact between Bushy and O'Neill there as O'Neill's a little out of shape off of turn number 2. And some more contact now. And now the 52 is around, and a big wreck here coming into the corner. See the 52 of Bradley Bushy was involved. We saw, I believe Mark Baldwin was involved in that as well. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night as we take a look to see exactly what happened here. And we saw it looked like that 52 was the first car to get a little out of shape, and I think he got a little help there from the 49 of Jake Grout. As we take a look here, there's a little contact here between Grout and that 52, and that gets that 52 all out of shape. Also gets O'Neill out of shape as there was more contact there, so the 52 is kind of the meat in the sandwich there. Grout gets turned around. He gets down into Tydelphia, the 91 of Mark Baldwin underneath the 33. Look at the 37 of Kyle Streeter just barely able to sneak through there, as well as the 18 of Caden Fisher. Mike Young sneaks through there as well, so gonna bunch the field back up. We're gonna re-rack them, restack them, and refire them here at Bristol, with Jason Pelkey being your leader. Eric Steele in the second position, as I thought the lights were going to be off on the pace car this time. See one driver getting a wave around the pace car there. That would be the 49 of Jake Grout. I'm sorry, that was the 66 of Stephen Rockford getting the wave around here. Get back onto the lead lap. So Jason Pelkey is your leader. He's going to choose the inside lane here. It's going to put Eric Steele up on the outside, although we have seen that outside lane have a bit of an advantage going down into turn number 1 on the restart. So we'll see if that reigns true here again on this restart. As the pace truck gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Coming down for the restart. Green flag is back in the air, and Pelkey gets a great jump on the start. Here comes Sean Fleury taking a look down underneath O'Neill, trying to take over that third spot. Though O'Neill's fighting back hard on that high side. And Logan Power sits back in the 5th position, trying to follow that 31 right on through, and Fleury's going to clear O'Neill that time. Here comes Powers down to the inside of O'Neill. So O'Neill did not get the start that he was hoping for, as he's now trapped down on the low side. Right behind Caden Fisher and Brendan Mayer were side by side as Powers continues to do battle with O'Neill. As Eric Steele is now caught back to the back bumper of Pelkey. So we take a look off the back bumper of Jason Pelkey here. See the sparks flying as these cars are a little low to the ground here, as Steele just hangs right there on that back bumper, trying to make the move. Meanwhile, we still see Powers doing battle with O'Neill here for the 4th position. A little bit behind that, we see is the 23 of Ethan Tyrell taking a look down underneath Mike Young. Back to this battle up front as Sean Fleury's now got himself into the mix. So a 3-car breakaway up front as Fleury's trying to take over that 2nd position to put himself in position to have a shot at Pelkey. Fleury has the position, or had the position now off of the corner. But Eric Steele was able to pull away down the straightaway. As these three continue the battle for the top spot with O'Neill and Powers side by side. And these two running side by side like this is really slowing their momentum down. And that's allowing our leaders to pull away. And you see the stack up behind. As here comes the 18 of Caden Fisher now behind Powers, trying to give him a little push along. Kyle Streeter's making a move now around the 14 of Mike Young. See him right there on the back bumper of Brandon Mayer. And now Fisher trying to get around Justin Prescott. As Prescott's able to use that high lane and stay out. Oh, one goes around the 33 of Brandon Mayer is around. Fisher is involved as well. A couple more cars come piling in. That's going to bring up our 2nd rewind of the night. As we see the contact there between Streeter and Mayer. Ty Delphia with nowhere to go. He gets caught up in it. A little bit of contact there. That is the 23 of Ethan Tyrell. And you see the 49 Jake Rout caught up in this one as well. And then a couple other cars trying to get woed down. We see the 66 of Stephen Rockford getting contact from behind. We see the 52 shoot the gap there, try to get through. Of course, we see Streeter down on pit road getting some damage fixed. So this will give us another opportunity to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them. Don't forget to join us on Tuesday night as our truck doubleheader starts back up again, as the Doghouse Racing League will be taking on their regular season finale at Daytona International Speedway, followed by the SCSRA Truck Series, which just started their season, and they'll be going to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Wednesday night, we'll have the SCSRA Xfinity Series, and they'll be taking off from Iowa Speedway. So do not forget to tune in for those here tonight, or this week, excuse me, here on Intensity Broadcasting. Hit that little notification button, like, follow, and subscribe so you never miss a race. So it looks as if Jason Pelkey is going to be choosing the inside lane with Eric Steele up on the outside. Sean Fleury and Shane O'Neill will make up row number 2, with Logan Powers and Caden Fisher back in row 3. Pace truck takes its left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is back in the air, and Pelkey, again, a bit of an advantage, and he's going to clear Eric Steele down into turn number 1. Sean Fleury with Shane O'Neill up on the outside. Here comes Caden Fisher on that high side as well, trying to get around Logan Power. How about Stephen Rockford? Stephen Rockford took the wave around early in the race. Currently running up in the 8th position. And continuing to move himself forward here as he makes his way to the back bumper of Justin Prescott. As the battle for the lead is starting to heat up again, as Eric Steele is back to the back bumper of Jason Pelkey, but just not able to get up to that back bumper to try to make a move around. Meanwhile, we've seen this battle continuing between Logan Powers and Shane O'Neill for 4th and 5th. And Fisher is able to clear Justin Prescott. We'll see if Fisher is going to use the high side or the low side here. Thought about making it 3 wide for a second. He saw the hole there between O'Neill and Powers. Thought about putting his nose there, but then thought better of it. But how much patience is he going to show if that hole opens back up? Will he take it? Because you see he's showing some speed as the 44 of Justin Prescott right there on the back bumper yet again. This time, Sean Fleury is not able to be right there with the leaders. He's hanging back just a little bit. Starting to gain back to the leaders. His last time by, he was a little bit quicker than Steele, but not quite as quick as Pelkey. But these are your 3 fastest cars on the track. They're the only drivers running in the 16.4s. But of course, Logan Powers and Shane O'Neill running side by side, running 16.7s. Due to them not having that ability to run their own line as the caution is back out on the track. That's going to bring up our wreckage rewind to see what happened here. Looks like it happened between Joel Hogden and Jake Grout here. We see the 36 up on the high side, and yeah, you see Grout just get a little anxious there. Forces it 3 wide. Doesn't quite get into the corner as early as the other drivers here, and a little bit of contact is made. Fisher involved in that one as well. And that is going to set the field double file yet again. So we are quickly approaching the halfway mark. So when they cross the line next time under green, we will hit halfway. As the field gets ready to re-rack, restack, and refire here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So here we go. Lights on the pace truck are off. Pelkey chooses the inside lane, puts Eric Steele back up on the outside. This time, though, Sean Fleury and Logan Powers will be in row number 2 as they're able to get around O'Neill, who's going to be restarting in row number 3. Green flag is in the air. We are back racing. And this time we have Logan Powers up on the outside as O'Neill's able to clear the 99 as they go down into turn number 3. Here comes Caden Fisher down underneath Powers. As the battle up here for the lead is starting to get a little dicey. We saw Sean Fleury trying to make a move down underneath Steele. Just was not able to do it. And now Logan Powers has cleared O'Neill. O'Neill's really loose down there on that low side. He's been around the high side for the last 35 laps or so. So that puts Powers solidly up into that 4th spot, but he's got Justin Prescott right there on the back bumper. As we see Jason Pelkey still out front, leading over Eric Steele and Sean Fleury. But now that the field behind is single file, we're starting to see not as much separation among the top 3. As Powers and Prescott are slowly reeling in our top 3. And ooh, a little contact there almost between Pelkey and Steele, as Pelkey was a little loose there off the corner. Steele giving a little bumper, gives him a little tag. Steele looking up to the outside, trying to use a little bump and run tactic here. Pelkey, though, trying to hold on to that spot. They made contact with the wall. Caution is back out on the track. And I believe it was for the 23 of Tyrell. We're going to bring up our wreckage rewind and see what brought out this most recent caution. Looked like a little bit of contact here between Tyrell and Young. We'll rewind this a little bit further here and bring it back to. We'll see exactly what happened here. A little contact going down into the corner, a little more contact off the corner. And then Young just overcorrects it right into the side of Tyrell. Both cars make hard impact with the inside wall. Steer's able to sneak on through, so doesn't the 91 of Mark Baldwin. So as we work lap number 42, we'll go back racing in a few moments as the field gets caught back up. Been some great racing and some great battling throughout the field here tonight. So the lights on the pace truck are off. Again, ready to go back. Green flag racing. Pace truck dives down on the pit road. Pelkey hits the gas. We are back. Green flag racing. As we are quickly approaching just 30 laps to go. Oh, Sean Fleury up into the wall. That's going to allow Prescott on by. They are 3 wide behind. Logan Powers was just at the top of 3 wide with Caden Fisher. As Sean Fleury and Justin Prescott are side by side, trading some paint down into turns 1 and 2, and down the backstretch they come. Prescott's going to tuck in right in front of Powers. Shane O'Neill falling all the way back to the 10th position. Powers now has his hands full with Caden Fisher to the high side. As this battle continues. Of course, Eric Steele and Jason Pelkey continue to dominate the first 2 positions. Steele's not quite close enough to Pelkey to try to pull another bump and run here. As Powers is trying to get around Fisher. Almost some contact between those 2 drivers. And Justin Prescott right there leading these 2 as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. 25 laps to go. As Eric Steele is now starting to run down the 64 of Jason Pelkey. So we ride along here with Steele. See the little difference in line between these two drivers. As they are pulling away from Sean Fleury. Caden Fisher was just clear of Logan Powers a moment ago, but Powers now taking a look back down to the inside of Fisher, trying to retake that fourth position. Just behind, we see Steve Rockford trying to get around the 44 of Justin Prescott. How about Ty Delphia, who was involved in a couple incidents earlier, now finds himself back in the 8th position, having a solid run here tonight, as he's got the 33 of Brandon Mayer taking a look down to the inside. Powers and Fisher continue to go at it here. And Jason Pelkey starting to pull away from Eric Steele a little bit, as we saw Steele just get real loose there and catch the outside wall with the right rear quarter panel. Fisher almost clear of the 99 of Powers as they come off of turn number 2, and now Powers is going to try tucking in behind Fisher. He's going to make another run at it here as they come down the front stretch with just 16 laps to go. Almost a little contact there between Powers and Fisher. I think there was just a little bit of contact there between Powers and Fisher as they make their way off of turn number 4. And Powers is doing everything he can to get around that 18 machine. But right now, just to no avail. Up front, Jason Pelkey with a 3-car length lead over Eric Steele. And a little further back, we see Ty Delphia trying to get around the 33 of Mayer. As Mayer's going to clear that 13 machine, and a little contact there between Bradley Bushy and Ty Delphia, and we see Shane O'Neill back here in the mix as well. Coming up onto the back bumper of Sean Fleury. Fleury's having some problems now. He's fallen back to this group. We saw him running with the leaders earlier, and now he's fallen back. Fisher trying to use him as a pick here as they're about to go 3 wide. Powers thought better of it. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him a couple spots as Justin Prescott is able to go around on the outside. Almost some contact there between Fleury and Prescott. Now Powers is able to clear the 31 machine. Fortunately, that cost Powers a ton of time with just 8 laps to go. He's going to take a look down to the inside as the caution is out. Looks like it is for Jake Grout. Just going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened to Grout here. Catches the outside wall, and I don't know if he lost a motor or something happened there, but maybe he had a technical issue or something, but that brings out the caution. As we pick up our leader, Jason Pelkey, with Eric Steele right behind. Now Caden Fisher back in the third position. Justin Prescott runs back in fourth. Logan Powers in the fifth spot. Sean Fleury back in sixth. Stephen Rockford in seventh. Brandon Mayer in eighth. Shane O'Neill in ninth. And Ty Delphia will round out your top 10. So besides hitting that like button, following and subscribing, another way you can help us out here on Intensity Broadcasting is checking out our web store over at intensitybroadcasting.com. Again, you can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, not just of Intensity apparel, but also some of your favorite leagues that run here on Intensity Broadcasting, as well as some of our novelty t-shirts. And Atlee Atman Weiss and a couple of Bandolero drivers in his neck of the woods down in Virginia also have their racing gear there on intensitybroadcasting.com, so you can support the channel, support Atman's Bandolero career, and check out intensitybroadcasting.com. Link down below in the description. Well, here we go. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, refire them. We're double file as the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4 as the pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. You see the rubber buildup on the outside of the track. That can make things a little slick out there as the green flag is back in the air, and Pelkey able to clear Eric Steele down into the corner. Here comes Fisher, though, taking a look down to the inside, catches the apron, he gets out of shape. Here comes Prescott to the outside, move Justin Prescott up into the third position. But here comes Fisher, battling back as Jason Pelkey gets turned right in front of the field, but no caution as Prescott's going to take the lead, and Prescott's going to get turned. Big wreck on the backstretch. Caution is in the air. Gigantic wreck here. Wow, that's going to change everything as we get a wreckage rewind underway here. We're going to rewind this one quite a bit here, and we're going to take this one from the blimp. See the contact here between Steele and Pelkey. That right rears Pelkey up into the outside wall, but he's able to regain control. See the 44 of Prescott dive down to the bottom, along with Caden there. Caden Fisher dives down to the bottom as well. Steele gets passed by both. And then the contact there between Fisher and Prescott right at the same time as the 31 gets turned around by Steele. Logan Powers is involved. We see Steve Rockford get caught up in that as well. Baldwin in this one. Pretty much the entire field. I think it'd be quicker to go through who was not involved. 31 of Fleury's caught up in that one right there. That took out. That was a big one like you might have seen at Daytona or Talladega. Instead, we see it here at Bristol. But that does happen quite a bit here at Bristol, those big wrecks where the track gets clogged up. And how about that? After all that, Jason Pelkey finds himself back in the lead. But look at the damage to the right front of that car. Look at the damage on this car in general. So a lot of damage to the right front of that machine. Caden Fisher, though, sitting back in second. Doesn't look like he has a scratch on his car. And that might just be the difference here tonight. Ty Delphia, we talked about him being in an incident earlier, now finds himself running back in the third position. Shane O'Neill, who fell back outside the top 10 for a moment, now finds himself back into the fourth position. And Mark Baldwin in the 91 machine with a lot of damage to both the left and right sides of that machine, back in fifth. Joel Hogden, we haven't really talked about him too much tonight. Now he's back in the sixth position. Stephen Rockford back in seventh. Sean Fleury in eighth. Logan Power falls all the way back to ninth, and Justin Prescott in the 10th position. As we get ready to go back green flag racing, Pace Truck's going to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is back in the air. We have just 5 laps to go. And Fisher able to get around Pelkey as he's got a lot of damage on that 64 machine. And we're seeing just how much that's going to play out as here comes Delphia to the inside of Pelkey. Oh, really loose there for that 13 machine. O'Neill right there in the mix here as well. Oh, Fleury. Oh, Powers around. Big wreck here as caution is back out. So we take a look here. We see Powers already sideways here across the nose of Prescott. So we're going to rewind this a little bit more. I want to see if we can see where the contact was made. It looks like, yeah, just some 3-wide racing. Fleury bounces off the wall. The Prescott gets down, trying to avoid it down into Powers. They make contact with Brandon Mayer. The 32 of Eric Steele involved as well. We see Fisher sneaking on through there as well. Some hard contact right behind Mike Young into Steele. You know who really wanted to see that caution come out, though, was Ty Delphia. As Caden Fisher was able to get himself out into about a 2.5 lead. That's going to give Ty Delphia a shot at Caden Fisher here with just 3 laps to go when we take the green flag. See one car getting there a lap back here. That is Kyle Streeter. So that's going to put him back on the same lap as the field. And the lights are off on the pace truck. So we'll be going back at green flag racing at the end of this lap. So we'll have 3 laps to settle it here tonight. Caden Fisher chooses the outside for the restart, putting Ty Delphia down on the bottom. Pace truck on the pit road. Green flag back in the air. We have just 3 laps to go as Ty Delphia is going to have to tuck in line. Now he's got Shane O'Neill right there on the back bumper. And Stephen Rockford up to the high side of O'Neill. Moves Steve Rockford up into the third spot momentarily as we have 2 laps to go and Caden Fisher pulling away. Here comes Rockford taking a look down to the inside of Ty Delphia. Delphia, though, able to hold off as they come off of turn number 4. The H2O well drilling, 1 lap to go. Final lap as Caden Fisher starting to pull away here. Right behind Ty Delphia up into the wall, holding off Stephen Rockford. And as they come off of turn number 4, Caden Fisher is going to get the win. Ty Delphia is going to hold off Stephen Rockford for the second position. Rockford, though, comes home in third. Shane O'Neill in the 4th position. Joel Hodgson back in 5th. As Caden Fisher makes his way down onto the front stretch, where he's going to celebrate his win. What a race for Fisher. Starting towards the back of the field. And finds himself here in victory lane. Let's take a look at our final results. As Ty Delphia gets the win, Stephen Rockford back in 2nd. Shane O'Neill in 3rd. Joel Hogden back in... Shane O'Neill... I don't know why it's showing it like that. That's why. Caden Fisher gets the win. Ty Delphia comes home 2nd. Stephen Rockford in 3rd. Shane O'Neill 4th. Joel Hogden back in 5th. Mark Baldwin rebounds for a 6th place finish. Jason Pelkey in 7th. Sean Fleury 8th. Logan Powers, Justin Prescott make up your top 10. Kyle Streeter back in 11th. Mike Young in 12th. Eric Steele in 13th. Brandon Mayer 14th. Bradley Bushy, Jake Rout, Ethan Tyrell, Matthew Medelsky, and Raymond Castle make up the rest of the field here tonight. As we get ready to talk to our top 3. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, Stephen Rockford. Stephen, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a great run for you. Kind of started at the back, got into a little trouble early, and rebounded, getting yourself back up into the top 3. What was your strategy here tonight, and how were you able to work your way back through the field?
Well, I started out with a little bit of a mechanical mishap here with my sound, so I had to start in the rear right off pit road. And at that point, I was just trying to save my tires so I'd have something at the end. It seemed like the track was really eating him up tonight, so.
For sure, and you said the mechanical issues kind of may have saved you a little bit, as we had a couple really big incidents there through the race. Did that kind of surprise you that the track got blocked up so quickly and that you're able to navigate through those and miss those?
Yeah, it's tight here. When one goes near the front of the pack, it's pretty hard to not get into that or get run over from behind. But for the most part, we race with a bunch of good guys, and you don't typically get run over too hard. So.
Well, a great job making your way up into the top 3 here tonight, Stephen. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shout-outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Till Dark Roofing and H2O well drilling for sponsoring our series. I want to thank Logan for adminning and just putting this on for all of us to race in. Uncommon Deeds podcast, H2O well drilling, and Dare Motorsports.
Well, awesome, man. Again, congratulations on the 3rd place finish, and we look forward to seeing what you can do the rest of the season. So good luck next week at Myrtle Beach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So that was your 3rd place finisher, Stephen Rockford. Let's bring in your 2nd place finisher, Ty Delphia. Ty, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me? Oh, doesn't look like Ty was here. Looks like he's down in the waiting room. Ty, you got me?
There he is.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, man. Congrats on the second place run. Kind of caught in the back early, got in a couple incidents there early, but able to drive your way back up to the front. Kind of a beneficiary of all the wrecks, those big wrecks there in front of you, but still showing some speed there at the end. And I thought you might have had something for Caden there at the end. Did you think you might have had something if another caution would have came out, or was he just a little bit too quick for you tonight?
No, I had too much damage. My tires took too much wear, and I definitely couldn't have caught him. He was, I think he saved and didn't get in too many accidents, so that really helped him out.
Yeah, it looked like his car was absolutely clean there tonight. It looked like the only car that didn't have any damage. But talk about the drive through the field, because I know, like I said, you got caught back there a little bit. I believe you got lapped down at one point, had to get back onto the lead lap, and then work your way back through the field.
Just consistency. I knew that there was going to be wrecks, and I was honestly hoping on wrecks just so I can get restarts and get jumps on the outside. The outside was quicker on like early runs, but then you felt like you wanted to get on the inside just to save a little bit of tire. But just consistency and just picking my spots and just hoping for the best.
Yeah, it looked like once two drivers got side by side, it really just slowed down in front of you. But man, great run here tonight for you, Ty. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, our sponsors. It's really cool. We have some sponsors that help us out, and you know, we're able to do this. And I also want to thank Logan and everyone that takes time to do this. It's a lot of fun. Thank you very much, guys.
Well, the two races I've called with you guys so far have been a blast. I look forward to the rest of the season. So good luck to you next week at Myrtle Beach Speedway.
Thank you very much.
So that was your second Fisher, Ty Delphia. It doesn't look like Caden Fisher has made his way into the booth for his interview. So I believe that's going to do it here tonight. So congratulations to Caden Fisher here tonight with the win. I want to congratulate our top three again, Ty Delphia and Stephen Rockford. Don't forget to join us next week here on the same spot as we get ready to continue the season here with the INSS as they move on to Myrtle Beach Speedway. Again, we want to thank everybody for partnering with us tonight, including H2O Well Drilling, Till Dark Roofing, The Butt Kicker, Race EPI, and IntensityBroadcasting.com. So don't forget to join us on Tuesday night for the truck doubleheader and right back here next Sunday night for Myrtle Beach Speedway. Again, my name's Josh Hall. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, we do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. And, of course, as our boy Atlee, @ManWeast would say, over and out.